welcome to the deep dive. Okay, let's jump right in. Exams. Even saying the word can make you tense up, right?
It really can.
So today, we're not just going to talk about that stress. We're actually digging deep into how you can manage test anxiety and, really boost your overall academic well-being and even your study habits.
Exactly. Think of it as loading up your toolkit with some solid, evidence-based strategies for those high-pressure moments.
We've got some great resources lined up. Stuff from University Health Services on test anxiety itself, a guide from the Sleep Foundation, which is super important on sleep during finals.
Oh, yeah. Plus, there's some fascinating research on mindfulness, practical tips on finding study motivation, stress reduction ideas from Edutopia.
And even a study looking at what makes high achievers, well, tick, specifically around self-regulation.
So our goal here really is to give you things you can actually use, actionable techniques.
Right. Things to help dial down that anxiety, get better sleep when you need it most, find that study mojo, feel better overall using mindfulness, and understand how self-discipline fits into academic success.
Okay, so test anxiety. Where do we even start? It feels like more than just nerves sometimes.
Definitely. The University Health Services give us a good definition. It's not just pre-exam jitters. It's more like this overwhelming stress.
Yeah, overwhelming is the word. And it can hit you before, during, or even after a test. And, the triggers can be all sorts of things.
Like what?
Well, high expectations are a big one. Pressure you put on yourself or maybe pressure from others. Past bad experiences with tests can linger too.
Oh, for sure. That fear of failure.
Exactly. Fear of failure, general pressure to perform, maybe perfectionism, that feeling like anything less than perfect is, a disaster.
Yeah, I get that. And it's not just in your head, is it? The physical side can be really intense.
Absolutely. The health services list things like sweating, nausea, or just that awful knot in your stomach.
Your heart pounding like crazy.
Right. Rapid heartbeat, maybe feeling short breath even when you're just sitting there. Lightheadedness, headaches.
It could even escalate, right? Like panic attacks.
In some cases, yes. It can become really severe. It's like your whole body is reacting.
Wow. And the emotional side.
That's tough, too.
Yeah.
Lots of self-doubt creeping in, feeling like you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Fear, helplessness, maybe even hopelessness.
Feeling inadequate.
Yeah, inadequacy. Interestingly, they also mention anger. You put in the work and the anxiety just gets in the way, so you feel frustrated.
Makes sense.
And then there's that negative self-talk, just that constant inner critic and thoughts racing all over the place. It feels relentless
And
sometimes.
it sounds exhausting, like your brain's fighting you.
Oh.
And it affects other things, too.
Oh, yeah. Difficulty concentrating is a big one. Your mind feels scattered. Restlessness, fidgeting.
Procrastination.
Classic procrastination, yeah. Avoiding studying, which ironically just makes the anxiety worse later. And comparing yourself to others, never helpful.
Never. And sleep, you mentioned sleep issues. We'll definitely get more into that.
So, okay, that's the picture of test anxiety. But the good news is the health services offer real strategies to manage it.
Okay, what can you actually do?
Well, the first one sounds obvious, but it's crucial. Start preparing early.
Get ahead of it.
Exactly. Feeling unprepared just feeds the anxiety. So actually reaching out to instructors if you're stuck, making your own study guides, reviewing notes thoroughly, practicing problems, doing it all in advance.
It builds confidence, doesn't it? Like, okay, I actually know this stuff.
Precisely. Competence helps defuse the anxiety. Another big one is tackling that negative self-talk.
That inner critic?
Yeah. You have to notice those thoughts first, then actively challenge and replace them with something more, productive and realistic.
Can you give an example?
Sure, like instead of "I should have started weeks ago, I'm doomed," try reframing it. Okay, I've prepared as best I could, and it's all right if some questions are tough.
That's a much better way to think. What about feeling stupid?
Right, instead of "I feel so stupid," shift it to something like "I am capable and this test doesn't define my worth."
I like that. Or instead of, I have to ace this.
Try. I'll do my best, and if it doesn't go perfectly, it's not the end of the world. It's about being kind to yourself, like you would be to a friend.
Self-compassion, that's huge. What else?
Prioritizing self-care. This is often the first thing to go when we're stressed, isn't it?
Totally. Sleep, eating properly.
Exactly. Eating well, getting enough sleep, which we'll circle back to, but also making time for hobbies, friends, just resting. You need to avoid burnout before the exam.
Makes sense. You can't run on empty. Any quick tips for the exam day itself?
Yes, they suggest arriving early, like 10-15 minutes before it starts.
Avoid that last-minute rush.
Right. It gives you time to find your seat, take a breath, maybe glance at your notes one last time, and just settle in mentally.
Good practical advice.
They also mention using calming techniques during the exam. We'll get into specific examples later. And then, importantly, after you hand it in, let it go.
Easier said than done.
True. But try to relinquish control. You've done what you could. Worrying won't change the outcome.
Okay. And getting the score back.
Do it on your own terms. If you need privacy, take it. If you want a supportive friend there, ask them. There's no single right way. Just be kind to yourself.
That's good advice. And resources. You mentioned campus resources earlier.
Yes, absolutely. Don't forget about those. Academically, there's tutoring, writing centers, disability services if you need accommodations, maybe even grade replacement options.
And for well-being.
Loads. University websites often have dedicated finals pages. Counseling services might offer workshops like Anxiety Toolbox or quick drop-in chats, pure wellness coaching, telehealth options like academic live care.
Free access to the gym during finals?
Often, yes. Great stress reliever. Wellness suites for quiet time, and really important, 247 mental health crisis support if things feel overwhelming. There's usually a strong network there.
Wow, okay. That's a lot of support.
Yeah.
Now let's shift to something you mentioned is crucial. Sleep. Especially during finals.
Yes, the Sleep Foundation Guide really drives this home. Their main point is pretty stark. Better sleep equals better grades. It's not just about feeling less tired, it actually impacts performance.
And they talk about that vicious cycle, right? Stress, bad eating, bad sleep, more stress.
Exactly, it spirals downwards. They also explain the biology that adolescent circadian shift, how young adults naturally want to sleep later. So those early morning exams are biologically tougher.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Leads to bad moods, trouble concentrating.
Right. And the stats are pretty concerning. Over half of college students get less than 7 hours of sleep regularly. During finals, it drops to an average of just 6.36 hours.
Wow, that's low.
And less than 10% get the recommended 8 hours. The impact is huge. Weaker immune system, more stress, unhealthy cravings, weight gain risk, higher depression risk, impacts on athletic performance, drowsy driving.
And crucially for exams.
Impaired cognitive performance, memory suffers, creativity drops, logic gets fuzzy, all the things you need.
So that whole idea of pulling an all-nighter to cram, it's actually counterproductive.
Totally. The research is clear. Sacrificing sleep for study time doesn't improve performance. Studies even show students who slept more, like 8 hours or so, actually did as well or better than those who crammed.
That's wild. It feels so wrong, but the science backs it up.
It does, and it's partly about REM sleep. That's the stage crucial for consolidating memories, processing information. When you cut sleep short, you cut REM short.
Okay, so sleep is non-negotiable. What practical tips does the Sleep Foundation offer?
Several good ones. Strategic napping can help. Short naps, like 20-30 minutes, can boost memory. Just don't nap too long or too late.
Right, could mess up nighttime sleep.
Exactly. Maintain a regular sleep schedule as much as possible. Same bedtime, same wake-up time, even on weekends. It regulates your body clock.
Consistency is key. What about the bedroom itself?
Optimize it. Make it cool, dark, and quiet. Eye masks, earplugs if needed, maybe white noise.
Comfort matters too, right?
Yeah.
Like a mattress.
Definitely. Even a mattress stopper can make a big difference. And limit electronics before bed. That blue light is disruptive. Aim for 30-60 minutes screen-free time. Read a book, listen to calm music instead.
And exercise.
Daily exercise helps sleep quality and circadian rhythm. Morning exercise outdoors is especially good.
Okay. What about caffeine and stuff?
Be careful. Limit caffeine, maybe 400 milligram max daily, and none within about 8 hours of bedtime. And remember, nicotine and alcohol also mess with sleep quality, even if alcohol makes you feel sleepy initially. Focus on good nutrition, too.
Got it. Okay, let's switch gears slightly. Mindfulness. There was a study on that.
Yes, and it defined mindfulness pretty clearly. Paying attention to the present moment on purpose without judging it. Comes from Eastern traditions, focusing on being present, aware, and letting go of judgment.
And how does that relate to test anxiety?
Well, this particular study looked at female secondary school students and found mindfulness training significantly reduced their test anxiety levels. Pretty compelling results.
Wow. Did it help with anything else?
Yes, it also improved their overall academic well-being. That included things like how much they valued school, feeling less burned out, being more satisfied academically, and feeling more engaged with their work.
So it's broader than just anxiety reduction. How does it work? Why does mindfulness help?
Yeah. The idea is that by focusing on the present, you get better at managing those intrusive thoughts. worrying about the past or stressing about the future. It cuts down on rumination, that negative thought loop.
And encourages a more positive outlook.
Exactly. A sense of value and a better attitude towards school.
Okay, that makes sense. Are there simple techniques people can try? Edutopia had some.
Yes, very practical ones. Deep breathing or belly breathing. Just slow, deep breaths in through the nose, feeling your belly expand out through the mouth. Super simple.
What else?
Progressive muscle relaxation, tensing and then releasing different muscle groups one by one, like tense your shoulders up to your ears, hold, then release. Work your way through the body.
Okay. Any others?
Simple meditation, just sitting comfortably, maybe gentle stretches first, then focusing quietly on your breath for even just a couple of minutes. And visual imagery, picturing a calm scene like a beach and imagining releasing worries there.
These sound doable, even during a study break.
Totally. They don't require much time or anything special. Okay, now, motivation. That can be tough to find sometimes, especially when facing big exams.
Tell me about it. What did the Victoria University Guide suggest?
Setting clear goals is key, but break big tasks down. Instead of study for exam, make it review chapter 5 notes or do practice problems 1 to 5 and celebrate those small wins.
Yeah, ticking things off a list feels good, builds momentum.
It does.
Hmm.
And create a study plan, something visual, map out deadlines, break tasks into daily or weekly chunks, maybe even short focused study blocks like 20, 30 minutes.
And linking it to bigger goals.
Yeah, like if I hit my study goals this week, I'll treat myself. Or think about that gadget you want after exams are done. External motivation can help too.
What about procrastination? The enemy.
Yes. Acknowledge it's harmful long term. Practical things help. Hide the phone, use website blockers. Focus is key. Create a good study space. 2 comfy, quiet, minimal distractions. Library, cafe, organized desk at home. Wherever works for you.
I liked their fake it till you make it advice.
Me too. Sometimes you just have to start, even without feeling motivated. The act of starting can build that momentum. Break tasks into tiny steps, reward yourself.
Using music.
Yep, create playlists. Instrumental often works best so lyrics don't distract.
And that Pomodoro technique.
Classic. 25 minutes focused study, 5-minute break, repeat. It really works for some people. And finally, consider a study group or buddy.
Accountability.
Exactly. Peer support and just knowing someone else expects you to show up can make a big difference.
Good tips. And Edutopia also had some general stress busters, right? Just overall good habits.
Yeah, just a quick reminder of things like healthy eating, routines, exercise, avoiding too much caffeine or alcohol, expressing feelings, challenging negative self-talk, positive friendships, relaxation, talking to supportive people, and finding humor. Basic stuff, but it all adds up.
Definitely. Okay, one more key area. Self-regulation. There was a study comparing students.
Yes, a comparative analysis. Self-regulation is basically the set of skills you use to control your thoughts and actions to get tasks done and reach goals.
And it's linked to doing well academically.
Strongly linked. The research showed higher achieving students generally have better self-regulation skills.
Yeah.
They also distinguished between controlled regulation, driven by rewards or punishments, and autonomous regulation.
Which is better.
Autonomous regulation, where you're self-directed, genuinely interested, was a positive predictor of achievement. Controlled regulation, just doing it for external reasons, was actually a negative predictor.
Interesting. So intrinsic motivation matters more. What are the key self-regulation skills?
Things like setting effective goals, managing your time well, and having positive self-efficacy, believing you can succeed.
By managing distractions.
Crucial. Self-regulation helps you stay focused, resist those temptations, and the really encouraging part,
What that?
it can be learned, it's not fixed. Guidance from teachers, parents, especially early on, can really help develop these skills.
That's great to know. Okay, so wrapping all this up.
Well, it seems clear that test anxiety is common, but definitely manageable. It's not something you just have to suffer through.
Right. And prioritizing things like sleep, trying out mindfulness, using stress reduction techniques. They aren't just nice to haves.
No, they're crucial for your well-being and your performance. And developing those self-regulation skills, time management, goal setting, focus, that seems to be a real key differentiator for academic success.
Absolutely. So that brings us to a final thought for you, our listener. As you reflect on all these strategies, the sleep tips, the mindfulness exercises, the motivation hacks, understanding self-regulation.
Think about this. What if you proactively integrated just 1 or 2 of these into your routine? How might that shift your experience with academic stress? How could it help unlock your learning potential?
So the question is, what's one small actionable step you feel inspired to take today?